Welcome to another video. Today we're going to do part 2 of my organizing my AB drills my 3 kilograms of AB drills that I had bought recently from AliExpress. I had done bag 1 before, and this is bag 2, and then these are my square crystal rhinestones that I got. And this is so far is the new additions I've added. What's in these two are the drills I had before, and these so far are the new colors that I didn't have before. So far I've added what? Almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 6 times 7, so what? Almost 42. 6 times 7 is 42. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Yeah, like I've added 40 colors so far to my AB drill collection, and yeah, I'm still have this much. Some of them I might already have, but we will see. Like this 3609, I already see I have some over here. And I do have more bottles in case. I do have some more here, and then in the end I'm going to do kind of a restructuring of my drills. It will just I will have to reshuffle them and see what I want to do with these. Alright, move this aside. Might move you up so you can see a little bit more. Here you go. But like I said, it's running out of space. This is what I get for buying 3 kilograms of drills. Alright, so get my baggies ready here. And if you're new to my channel and you're like, what in the world are you doing? I bought all 3 kilograms of AB drills, and mainly because I do like to add extra AB drills to my diamond paintings. You know, the ones I just like to add them to add extra bling, and this is my way of being able to add extra bling. These are all squares. I did not buy more round AB drills, mainly because, one, I don't diamond paint that many rounds. Rounds, I think, are probably my diamond painting. I probably don't diamond paint as many rounds as I do anything else. So, yeah. And plus I do so many of the special drills, and then I get like tons of rhinestones from them. So I have tons of things to bling up my rounds. My squares, all I really have is whatever leftover squares there are from diamond paintings and ABs, and there's usually not that many. So this is me supplementing my possibilities to bling something up. So 3809, I don't have it yet. I was looking at, isn't this a pretty color? Like, there's so many different ABs now. I mean, I have 100. I have 100. I don't know. There's gonna be 100 or something in this here. I didn't count them. And I just made labels. These are labels I made myself, and then I used a ruler and a blade to just cut them. The template for this is in my shared templates drive folder. There's a link to it in the bottom in my description. It's in all my videos after I made the shared templates Google Drive thing. It's been in all of my videos, unless I had to take out that because my description was too long. Yes, there is actually a limit to how much you can put in the description character-wise, and I have reached that limit before. And mainly when I'm doing my compilation videos, because of all my finishes, because I don't put the links to those, but I do kind of put where I got it from. And when you diamond paint a lot, you can like accumulate a lot of this really easily. Just realizing I must have moved things because I don't have as much space on the side anymore. Well, let's hope my stuff doesn't fall off the side of my table. This is what happens when, yeah, there's so much stuff on the table. You don't even see it because it's off the side of my table. And, oh, and these stickers I just got from, I believe I got this from DIY Digital Art. I've seen them also on Amazon, and if I remember, I'll put a link. These, if you don't have a printer to make your own labels, to print like what I am doing, these actually work pretty well, and their color on the outside is actually the color of the color. So like this one, like see 3853, the label is orange like the color. All right, 152, and then I just have all the drills by DMC here. I'm uploading the part 1 of this video. I do have, what am I saying? I do have the, okay, you see this bottle is relatively full. I do have what does it fit into the bottle in these 2 boxes. They're not that full yet, but in the part 1 of the video, you could see where I realized I was not going to fit all of these into one box because it was just getting really full. So I'm spreading them out. I already had the boxes. At some point I had revamped my spare squares, and after I moved them to this orientation where I put 5 columns, I did have a little bit more space. So I have 2 extra boxes, so this worked out. Well, 2 extra boxes after I started putting things in overflow. 3761. I don't think I have this one yet. This one's a really pretty color too. Oh, what was I on? 152. I missed. It fell in the box somewhere. And I bought this many drills mainly because I don't know what colors I'm going to need in the future. And I also don't know. And also, it's cheaper to buy it this way than buying them individually. You know, think of it as like a Costco version of AB drills, you know, instead of buying them one color at a time. Usually when you do buy them one color at a time, you do spend like $3 to $5 for probably half this amount. So in the end, it was cheaper for me to buy all of this. And now I don't need to buy any AB drills for probably 2 years. I think I have enough. I'm not going to buy any more until I'm at the verge of almost running out kind of thing for any certain color, and if I am on the verge of that, then I could choose a similar color, because lots of times the AB coating will make similar colors look actually very, very similar, because yeah, there's not as many shade differences after the coating is in there. Like I think, I don't remember whose video it was. I saw someone completed a all AB diamond painting, like the whole diamond painting was all ABs, and I was like, after that I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I'll do an all AB diamond painting. But it was one of those ones where, okay, now I don't have any more bottles, so I'll start using these bottles. It was an all AB diamond painting. Oh, I do have these bottles, and I'll get to it. It was an all AB diamond painting, and it was not the greatest looking finish. I think I would have also kind of went crazy doing an all AB diamond painting, because if you've diamond painted any ABs, they are pretty finicky to diamond paint. They pull out your wax, they gunk up your wax. So you do have to replace your wax a little bit more, but the problem is when you're using new wax, that's more likely that it's going to pull out your wax. So it's actually better to use like older wax when you're diamond painting with ABs. Or I find using multi-placers a little bit easier with the ABs. Than a single placer. And if you need to gunk up your wax, you know what I do? Is I would get the pen and I do this. And that's how I would gunk up my wax. Usually I either use like the lotion on my skin, or just the fluff that's on your clothes. So I really do have a 995 here. So I either did not keep my baggie, or I've had a few of this for a while, because I don't see my baggie. So. Or, you know, the bag for this is somewhere else, because I can see myself losing it too. But yeah, the AB drills are sometimes more of a pain to diamond paint. So old wax, or keep a couple, or if you don't have old wax, and then when your old wax gets gunked up, get another pen with old wax. Like, I'm sure you have some pens that have just kind of been laying around, getting dry, and they work pretty well too. 3341. I do actually already have some of it. So this must have been in the previous colors. So I had bought from them before. I bought AB drills from here before. But at the time they only had 60 or so colors. So this is actually way more colors than I had gotten before. So, yeah. That's why I need more bottles. And no, you don't have to, this is not a necessary part of diamond painting. You do not have to bling up your diamond paintings. I know for some folks that is a stressful process, and they're doing diamond painting for stress relief and would rather just follow the pattern. And that's perfectly fine. I actually don't find it that stressful. I actually like it. I like adding the bling to the extra bling to a diamond painting, because one, I feel like it makes the diamond painting more unique to just me. So because I added my own enhancements, it's not like anyone else's. So it, like I said, makes it more unique to me. And I find, I don't know, I think the longer I diamond paint, the more like strange challenges I want to give myself. So that's why I'm doing one of the Heaven and Earth designs. I know some folks are like, they're like, that looks really hard. And it is, doing the cross stitch pattern as a diamond painting. It is an extra challenge, but sometimes, I don't know, I like to challenge myself. I did cut this one well. I like to challenge myself. And it's like a different type of entertainment. But I did, when I did do the Heaven and Earth Designs one, I did just choose a pattern that was on sale, so I didn't feel like I was, if I didn't like it, I didn't feel like I would have had spent so much money on it kind of thing. And I did find I enjoy it, so I got another one. And the blinging up, sometimes I don't do it that well. I'm like, aw, that doesn't look good. So then I pick it out. Sometimes I think it looks really good to add the ABs. But like I said, it's not necessary. If you want to just follow the pattern, there's nothing wrong with that either. But I do like adding my own touch to things. 154, I'm pretty sure I have this one. So I do have some 154 here. So that one is still relatively full, but I didn't have any more left. So that's why my baggie was empty. And you don't have to transfer them into the nicer bags. I have them, so I'm gonna transfer them into the bags. But for a very long time, I was just using bags that came to me. So 956, I don't think I have this. This one's a really pretty color too. I have so many pinks now. I printed this thing out like several times because I do have round ABs, square ABs, and then square crystal rhinestones. So I figured I needed 3 copies in case that one DMC was in all of them, which it is, I think, usually with like white. The 5200 was in everything. I do like that there's these DMC labels now available. It is nice for folks who maybe are not as computer savvy. I don't know. I mean, I don't even consider myself that computer savvy, but that would be able to make their own make their own labels, and also folks who don't have a printer. I do like that more and more things are available than they were when I started. $3,354. You could even buy boxes. I mean, you could even buy these cards already made. Don't think I have 3354 yet. Nope. You could even buy the boxes made if you don't want to make it yourself, or the cards pre-made if you don't want to do it yourself. Me, I find enjoyment making it myself. Or it's mainly like, I could do it myself. I don't need to buy it. Although I do feel like the ones that you could buy, they're just kind of copying other ones, but there's only so many ideas, right? Like, I don't know who came up with the photo box thing. I think it might have been 4 Kids at 147 that came up with the photo box thing, but before the photo box thing, there was the just use a spare shoebox kind of thing. 834. I don't think I have this one. It's like a I don't know what color this is. It's like a yellow, but not completely yellow. Oh, this is, it's calling it golden olive. Because my DMC labels do have what the DMC color is supposed to be. So it's an olive color, but yellow-ish. 834. There. You know, all these labels with white lettering, no, some of them are black depending on the color. I'm just wondering. Because I'm like, I can make this myself. I'm like, why am I making it myself? It's already exists. See, that's my problem. I see something, I'm like, ooh, I could do it too. I could make it. Okay. 162. And these cards I did cut myself. I have not found pre-made cards that fit in my box this way. I do know some photo boxes are a little bit bigger than the ones I have. The one I have came from Joan's. And I remember the specs for, like, the ones from Michael's and Hobby Lobby are a little bit bigger than my boxes from Joan's, but Joan's is my local craft store. For me to go to Hobby Lobby, I'd have to pass a bridge and pay toll. Or I don't know if the one in Silverdale is finished yet. Because I would have to go to Tacoma. And then Michael's, the closest one, is 15 or 20 minutes away, depending on which one I go to. So Joann's is my local one, so I figured it was easier to get the boxes from there. But I do remember the boxes from Joann's are slightly smaller. Right. 927. This one's a pretty color too. I don't think I have it yet. So my boxes are starting to get full, or fuller. I still have like a whole column over here. The 900s to 3000s, I was just filling that up like really quickly. $9.27. Okay, there. $9.27. $7.93. I really like this color. It's a really pretty color. Don't have it yet. So yeah, I'm happy with this mixture. It seems like it's a nice mixture. We'll see. Well, once I move everything around and get to see what kind of colors I have, because right now it's kind of just in no particular order. I do plan to move the ones, at least in the bottles, in color order, and that makes it just easier for me to use when blinging up. And because I don't necessarily use a DMC to DMC substitute, if I see a color that will work well enough, even though it's a different DMC, I will use that one. And sometimes, even if I do have that DMC, a different one works better as a substitute, especially when you take into consideration the AB coating. Because the AB coating will change the look of the rendering some. So I do recommend not just doing a DMC to DMC substitution, but like look at the color, look at the original color, and be like, will this coating change the rendering too much to make it not as nice? 3609, I do have some, but it does look like my bottle is emptier. So do I need to top off my bottle? So I do have to top off the bottle because I don't have, it's the color, yeah, the color is fine. Top off the bottle here. So I must have used this one a good amount. Because I didn't have much of it left. And I might have used it also in another diamond painting, but I chose not to use it because I didn't have that much left. Or I didn't have enough of it to do what the blinging up that I wanted to do. Okay. So everything at the end of this should all my bottles should be topped off, hopefully. 3838. This one's a really pretty color too. It wasn't, I don't think I have it. $3838. Bottle. I think the reason this is taking so long is I'm like having to spend time looking for the label. As opposed to like when you're kitting up something, you kind of just systematically know exactly what everything is supposed to be. And that's why I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do it to part 2. Because yeah, my part one, I was like, oh my goodness, it took me 2 hours just to do the one bag. Of drills. So now I'm on my second bag of drills. And I do have like another smaller bag of drills that are my rhinestones, which I think will hopefully go a little bit better, faster. We'll see. That I don't think I need to make it part 3, unless this video is hovering to 3 hours. I think I have I made a 3-hour long video? I don't remember anymore. I don't even care anymore. I used to care how long my videos were, but now I'm like, oh, 3-hour long video, okay. Now I made a Titanic length video. I don't think I've gotten to 3 hours. Have I gotten to 3 hours? I don't recall anymore. But I've gotten to like Marvel movie length. You know, 2.5 hours. They tend to be. And you know, if you're like, the 2-hour long video is too long, you can watch YouTube at like a 2x speed. I do start sounding chipmunky, but you got used to it. Because let me tell you, I do watch my videos back sometimes at a 2x speed when I'm just trying to check to make sure the video uploaded well. I unfortunately have kind of run out of times, so I only do that periodically. So sometimes I don't actually watch my video back. I used to. I used to be one view of every single one of my videos was always me. But I've also not recorded super far in advance anymore. I used to. Like, I used to be like, I used to have all my videos ready for like 2 weeks, and then now I'm like, 2 weeks? I'm recording this like, and it's gonna be posted tomorrow. I think the longer the longer you do YouTube, the less, I don't know if freaked out is the right word, but less, prepared. I don't know if that's the right word either. The less buffer you have in your videos, or at least for me. I do have some things do have buffers, like this video is not going to be posted for after I record it. It's going to be posted 1, 2, 3 Mondays from me when I'm recording this. So I do have, this is going to be a future video, but I haven't recorded my Friday video yet. That's coming up this week. Well, this week for me, it would have already passed. So yeah, I do have some videos recorded earlier and some videos not recorded earlier. Like, I have already a couple unboxings, enough for up to one day next week. If I record another one, I could have one, yeah, the next 2 weeks already ready. So, just gonna push this to the side of my table. So yeah, some videos I'm a little bit more ahead of schedule than others. I wonder if I could still move this. I think the lip is a little bit better on this side for the easier opening. $37.90. This is a brown. So the thing with this brown is, like, it's a brown, but if you look at the coating, it kind of gives it more of a greenish tint. So it's one of those ones where you kind of start having to be a little bit careful what you choose to replace, because it can change your rendering. It can change your rendering a lot. Okay. If all the lips are about the same now. Whatever. These bags used to have the bigger offset lip, and now it has like a minuscule one that it's hard to tell. Luckily, I did get like $5 off. I think. Did they give me 5 or 6? I don't remember. They gave me money off because I complained and was like, "Hi, your description said it was supposed to be this way, and it's not. It's this way, and it does make it harder to open. It does actually make it hard to open these bags." Or at least, before I put the label, it makes it harder to open the bag, because I don't know which, I can't see it right away, which is the better lip. And unfortunately, with these thicker bags, I do need to use like 2 hands to open them. These thinner bags, I would just squeeze the bags between my two fingers and it'll open up easily. These, I've tried. Brown. Okay, this column is getting full, so I need to start moving some stuff. Perhaps I move some stuff here. Move there. Have more space here. Could add a little bit more to here. Because yeah, this column is getting full. Yeah. Okay. It's a little bit less full, but... And then this box is still very empty, so this has only my 900s to 3000s. I might have to move my 900s to all of here. Because apparently I have a lot of DMCs in the 3000s. I don't think I have this one yet. Or at least those were the first ones that I put away. So my color swatch for this one looks a little bit more blue than this green color. So I don't know about this one. Like it says 775, and that's more of a green. My swatch is a blue. Let's see what the swatch of this one looks. And the name of the color is baby blue. I guess I could always look at my... I'm almost pondering if it's supposed to be 772, because 772 does look more, the color swatch for it does look more like this, but I'm just gonna go for it. It says 775, that's what I'm gonna put it in. Because I could always just look at it. And when I do put it in away by color, I'm going to be putting it away by color and then shade. It'll be interesting, the reshuffling of all these colors. 3822. See, this is what I mean. I think I have a lot in my 3000s. That 3000s might just be one box and everything else is in the other box. And then I'll find out when I'm doing this whether I messed up and I actually had a repeat. Because I didn't notice I already had the box. The bottle, I mean. Oh, this bottle doesn't want to open. Okay, let's see. Let's try. It's the first time I'm using these bottles, so it's okay. That one looks okay, and this one, yeah, I think it's the cap. But it does go into this one a little bit better. So, yeah, it's the cap. Okay, 3822. 702, I'm pretty sure I have this. No, I have 7. No, I do have 702. I thought I had 7. I saw I had 701, so I thought I didn't. So my bottle is full already, so put this all into here. Okay, it's not coming out. Okay, there. That's some trash. Don't need to add trash to my bags. So, okay, that column is getting full. So I can spread things out a little bit here. Okay. Ooh, this one's a really pretty color. The AB on this looks beautiful. I'm not sure if you could even see it. It's a beautiful AB. 910, I don't think I have this one. Emerald green. Nine, 10. Okay. Wait, I forgot to fill this first. I was so excited. Ah. Okay, let's top this off. Yeah, no, this one is a really beautiful color. I hope I have to put this, I hope I get to put this into a diamond painting at some point soon. Yeah, no, this one looks great. 9, 10. Here, 4, 4, 5. I do already have a bottle for it here. I do still have some left. Let's hope I can fit it all. The thing with AP drills, it does leave the bag really kind of gross because the coating kind of flakes off and into the bag. 208. I do have some of it. It's not a full bottle. Okay, so could top this off. I must have used it for something. I have so few purples that I probably ended up using it because it was like the only purple I had that was the closest match. But I think I'm going to have a couple more purples now. $4.98. don't see it. Okay. $4.98. There. Let's see, $4.98. Okay. It's gonna be nice to have all these things, I mean, for blinging up. Some of them must stick to the bag a little bit more than the other ones. The other ones just kind of poured in easily. $36.07. I might already have this one. Yeah, I do. It does. The bottle does not look full, so I might have to top this off. Okay, my bag is empty. So I must have used this one too. Top off the bottle here. $36.07. $38.11. Don't have this one yet. Turquoise. $38.11. I need to be able to figure out how to open these bags without having to use two hands. Maybe I need to exercise my finger muscles. $7.40. I feel like I have this. Yes, I do. So $7.40. See, I remember what DMCs I have. And now I'm thinking, okay, so the bag is still relatively full, so I could just put into here. Now I don't know, with this many colors now, I probably won't remember which DMCs I have ABs for. $6.04. I kind of feel like I have this too. Maybe. Maybe. No, I don't. Maybe I just have a lot of this in my regular drills, and that's why 604 stood out to my brain. I do a lot of pink diamond paintings, so I do a lot of flowers, so the pink does show up. I'm trying to figure out which side has the tiny lip, but I think it's just kind of so tiny that 604. See, I'm trying to open this with one hand. It's just there. It's just much harder. There. Sticking. Ooh, this one's a pretty color. 955. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh no, I do. Never mind. I see it. Because I put it in my blues instead of my greens. This one's Nile Green. Okay, my bottle is full. Ooh, almost spilled that. Stop sticking to the bag. Okay, there. 741, I think I have this one. No, I have 740. I don't have 741. Oh, I have 741 in my rhinestones. Yeah, there's no good side. One. Gonna have some nice orange. This is a nice bright orange. I think it will work well for lights and flowers, pumpkins. I don't know yet. See, I just diamond paint anything. Well, I diamond paint a lot, and I don't know what I'm even diamond painting the next time I diamond paint, so 517. I don't see this blue, so I don't have it yet here. Yeah, I don't know. 517. I do like that this company has a lot of square ABs. I think I don't know if there's, yeah, there's probably a lot of places that sell the round ABs. And squares are those ones that are very finicky, that if it's not good quality drills, it can be annoying to diamond paint it. What's this? 762. I know I have this because I've used it in a diamond painting before. Obviously not enough that I don't have a... that I didn't... I still have some left over in here. But I remember using it on something. I think I was going to use... I wanted to replace 762 on a different diamond painting. But the color, the original color was actually much lighter. So I ended up using probably white instead. 3820. Straw. So let's see, 3820. There. Three, 820. Okay. Ooh, this is the jelly. I don't know what that means, but it's like a white. But it's like a more translucent white. I don't have a label for that. I have to... Where's my labels? I'm gonna call this white jelly. I don't know. It's just called white jelly. So the jelly ones look a little bit more translucent. But it is in AB though. I'm not sure when I would use this over just regular ABs. Maybe, I don't know. I'd use it when, just because. But yeah, it's a little bit more translucent. And this one is not the glow-in-the-dark one. Because I also have a glow-in-the-dark white AB. I don't know where to put this yet, so I'm going to put that off to the side. And I don't know where to put it in my box here yet, so. 3340. I have 3341. I don't think I have the 3340. B340. Looks like I used 3340 already on that one. Okay. 3340 here. This one's a really pretty color. It's very bright. Purple, 155. And no, I don't have that many purples. I don't have 155. Well, this one's called Forget Me Not Blue, so... Nope, I need a 155. I might run out of bottles. Okay, I don't think I will. Okay. Might have to think what what color gets put into the art dot one. Maybe put my browns in there. 554. I don't see it. Okay, my box is getting fuller. That I probably could shift some of this. This way. Move some of this here. There. Move that back. I'm probably going to end up like shuffling more later on. But for now, at least this column will have a little bit more space. So 554. pondering if I have to make a part 3 of this series. Might have to do my crystal rhinestones in a separate video. It's not going to be that many, though. Okay, this label didn't cut it well. But yeah, I think my square crystal rhinestones might have to go into a separate video because I'm going to have to move these around. And I'm probably going to have to move around my square crystal rhinestones too because I had a whole bunch of them from finishes of a full square crystal rhinestone. So I'll probably have to rearrange that one too. $209. I have the crystal rhinestone, but I don't have the AB version. I have 208. Okay. 209. Here. Bottle. Okay, there. It's a massive mess because apparently I don't know how to pour. And that's too full. There. Okay. 3819. I think I have this. Yeah, I do. I do have the 3819. There's just a little bit left in here, and it does match. Okay. There. $3747. I think I have this one already. No, I don't. No, I don't. I think this one is more used. There. Oh, need 3747. There. Oh wait, that's 3847. Oops. I was like, the color doesn't match. 3747 is over here. Okay. The color still doesn't match that much, but okay, that's too full. There. 518. I don't think I have this one. No. 518. I don't know. Let's just put it in this side. And 518 here. Trying. Okay. 3750. I don't think I have this one. Okay. Running out of bottles. I only have 4 more left here. I do have a couple more here, and I don't have that many colors though. So perhaps I'll be fine with just this amount of bottles. We'll see. Or I might switch my crystal rhinestones to the art.1 and put, it depends on how much these ABs end up being. I do have a lot of crystal rhinestones, but not with the bulk amount, since a lot of them are just spares from the 2 crystal rhinestone diamond paintings I did. I do plan to do more of them. When I find one I like. They don't tend to go on sale because they're new. So I have to like the picture more to spend the extra money. 957. I don't think so. Yeah. And 957. This is a pretty pink. Okay. $37.05. This is one that's actually a really pretty color. I like this one. Melon. $37.05. There. Yep. $37.05 there. Okay. Well, I've run out of bottles on this one here, so I'm gonna have to start using these ones. 3804. Okay, this case is actually getting pretty full. I might have to move my 900s, I think, into the first bottle. I mean, in the first box. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move there. I need more baggies. Okay, 3804. But yeah, I think there's just a lot of them in the 3000s that... Yeah, this box is not that full, so... And this box seems to be getting pretty full. I do have the list for this somewhere. The list of DOCs that they had available. I printed it out. That's some trash. Yeah, this column is full. Well, I'm almost done. I think I'll be able to rearrange the stuff at the end. I think I'm not, actually not that almost done. I still have a lot. Alright, so I have to start taking from these bottles here. I'm gonna have to rearrange anyway, so it'll be fine. Okay, 8, 3, 2. Okay. 3, 8, 6, 4. I actually already have this one. 3, 8, 6, 4. I have used this, apparently, because don't have that much left. There. 4, 4, 4. I do already have a bottle for it. I do have some left. Okay. Okay. There's like one left in there. Three, two, one. I think I already have this. Yeah, I do have it. Not sure if I'll be able to fit it all. I think I didn't end up using that one much because the actual coating on it makes it look not red. Let's see if I can close this. But yeah, the coating on it makes it look not red, so it can change the rendering a little bit. 970. Don't have it. Okay. 970. Okay. 327. Don't have this one. Bottle. 327. And a baggie. See, I think if I ever am kitting down other ABs and then it doesn't match the one that I have here, I'll just try to find a match next, the closest match, because, yeah, I'm going to have so many AB colors. 972. I don't see this one either. $9.72 here. Bottle. Okay. Like I see here, I have AB34. I'm sure now I have enough things, purples, hopefully, that I'll be able to find the DMC. Well, at least I'll have a good enough match that I'll just add it to one of my other ones. That's my hope. I hope. 311. You know. Oh, I forgot to put my label. One more over here. $11,898. I think I have this one. Oh no, I have 938. Eight, 9, 8. And 8. Okay. I'm running out of bottles, 3, 5, 2. 3, 5, 2. Man, I don't think I'm gonna get some 307 in here because I'll probably end up just moving that to something else. I have some really empty bottles in here, which, so that I don't have some relatively empty bottles, I do want to switch it over to a different DMC if it's close enough. Not switch it over, move it over? I don't know. Okay, I'm hoping for some repeats. 917. I don't have this one. Nine, 1, 7. So I'm just trying to, just getting all the excess bottles that I have. I put like spaces in there so that when I needed to add something else, I could add something else. But I'm pondering, do I really need the spaces? Because I probably have an equivalent shade enough. I think that I should be able to put things together. So 7, 7, 8. I don't think I have this color. Okay. Oh, I have more bottles here. Oh, I forgot to get the 778 label. I only have 3 more, so I think I'll have enough bottles at least for from here. This one's a really pretty color. I like that one. Oh, 958. So many pretty colors. I feel like now with all these colors I won't be like I wanted to change this one, but I couldn't find a good enough replacement. Or not replacement, but a good enough AB color to match it. I think I should be good for a little bit. 3708. I don't see it. $3708. I do have another bottle over here. $3708. There. Yeah. I'm pondering how many I thought I didn't have, and then when I start putting these things, ah, man, what am I doing? And last one, 3363. I'm pretty sure I don't have this one. Three, 363. Bottle. Okay. Okay. All right, so I have put at least most of it away. I'm still gonna have to do the rhinestones, but I think I'm gonna do those in a separate video. So let's see. This seems pretty full. This first column, should I put up to 950 into the next box? That's what I think I'll do. So this much I'll put in to this next box here. Okay, so the last box will be 950. So then I could move stuff around. Oh, I found my 995. I think at some point I was looking for that bag, and well, that'll just go into my okay, I think this one is nicely done. So I'm gonna have to move a couple of this one so that I could add this here. So now I can add the end of this. You know, I think I do have more space here. I might just do 9 to 920 here. That works. Oh, where's my 800? This is the hassle when you start moving things. Things get stuck in the front. There. Be able to move that. There. Oh. There's a whole bunch of empty, it's just card. Okay, got that. And now I kind of just have these. Should I just make a other or something in the end? Because they're just kind of other. I haven't even put away my rhinestones, so I might have to rearrange this at some point to fit my rhinestones. Okay, so I'm going to just gonna put an empty one in the back here, and I'll just have all of these extras which don't have a DMC. And they'll just be in the back. There. Alright, I might have to start taking out the green trays because apparently I have a lot. Alright, so I've fixed that for now. So for these, I am going to sort them by color. I'm going to move the 310s. I know I have a couple white ones that I do like to put the white in the front. Here's the white jelly. And then put the 310s. Alright, I'm gonna put those aside. So then I do like putting reds together in color order. 898's a brown. So let's see if I can find some other reds. And they're in shade order. That's a red. It's a little bit darker than that one. I think I need another color. I need another light. Right. So I don't actually usually get that many reds. A 3731. That's a pink. So here is my reds. Does that work out for the whole row? Okay, that does work out. So now pinks, which might take up the rest of this container, this first container. Okay. So I'm gonna move stuff back there. Is this a pink or an orange? I'm gonna put this in orange. But yes, I'm gonna move this stuff back there. So pinks, lots and lots of pinks. Okay, more pink. Doing them by like darkness. Okay. Then that's an orange, more pink. I kind of feel like I have to just do this. You know what? Why am I making this effort? I should... If I do this order, will it work? No, they're not like in any sort of... Yeah, they're not just going to just do it by look. All right. That's orange. Do I have a couple more pinks? I have a lot of pinks apparently. Okay. That's an orange. Put that in orange. This is a pink. That's orange. Pink. Lots and lots of pink. Okay. You know, maybe I should just use this as my gauge. Should I just use this as my gauge? And then just put the stuff in order of this. I think I like my system. I don't know if I'd be able to find the stuff. These kind of look. I figure if it's a good system for my brain, it'll work. Okay, here's my pink. Do I have enough? I have 4 rows of 7. So here's 7. Here's another 7. And then here's 7. And oh my gosh, it works out. Here's the 7. Always nice when that works out. And then watch, I'm gonna find a random pink. I'm gonna be like, no, it'll just go in purple. Okay. So I'm just doing them by shade, like dark to light, kind of, as much as I could. Considering there's so many different shades, it's hard to do the dark to light, but I figure if I put stuff together, it'll work out. Can't believe that ended up all fitting. So this first bottle is reds, whites, black. That works out. Look at how pretty this is. Okay. Next bottle. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to just start putting things in categories. So here's oranges. Start orange. Yellow. Yellow. Orange. Yellow. Orange. So orange. Yellow. So orange. There's another orange. Okay, I got my oranges here and my yellows. So let's put the yellows. Okay, so okay, there. So now I'm going to match these ones. I think this does look like this 445. So I'm gonna, even though it says it's 307, I'm gonna put it in 445 just so that, because I don't have any more of this and I don't want to. Yeah, that looks like that one. I don't really want to have so many ones where I don't need to, especially since I have so little of this one. So I'm gonna put that in 445 here. And now I have a label here. Let's see if I could just put it back. Okay, so now I have a free bottle, and then this one, I actually think it does match. It does match this one. I know I have some conversion charts that for the Dreamer designs, if I could find my chart. My chart. AB37 is 894, which I already thought it was wrong. But it does look very much like this one, except the coating is not as good. It doesn't look. I'm just gonna keep that way. Wait, how many do I have of yellow? Okay. And then the orange. So these are kind of similar. Here. They do start looking the same. Okay. Those are in order here. And then I just kind of put those together because they're not so orange. Okay. the browns, which there's not too many of. And then grays. Oh, I missed a pink. Is this a pink? No! It messes up my whole system here. Because I would put it like here. Okay. Well, let's go back to that later. Those are browns, grays. I don't know, these purples. Put the purples together. Actually, there's a good amount of brown. Let's see. Purple. Purple. Brown. This looks like a pink. Unless I decide this one ends up being a brown. Because it does look brownish too. Then my pink problem gets fixed. Okay, so purples. I only have a little bit of those ones. Okay. More browns, and this one is in the grays. That's a blue. Okay, so I got my oranges together. Okay, my grays. There's my grays. And then these ones. That's a good enough. Okay, I got that sorted. Let's see, purples. The dark ones. These are strange colors. Okay, question is, can I find the equivalent of this one? I don't. Why don't I have it? AB34 is supposed to be DMC 153, supposedly. Do I have a 153? No, I don't have a 153. So all of these colors, and I don't have a close enough match. This is actually the closest one, and I'm very tempted to just stick it in here. I think I will. Oh wait, it does say 208. So I'm just gonna stick it in here, even though it's not the perfect match. It's the closest match, and in the end, you won't notice. With the AB coating, you won't notice the difference. And this one, I feel like looks like nothing. Looks like none of them. See, this is totally a purple. So I don't have an equivalent of that one. Okay, so there's my purples. Okay, so what I think, since I'm probably not going to use my browns too much, I don't know. I think I'm going to put my browns into the art dot container. I'll put the grays here. And then I do have those ones. Extra space there. So browns, more browns, more brown. Here, can I fit my purples? So I have 2, 4, 4, and 3. I think I can fit my purples. Purple. No, I can't. I don't know what I'm counting. Can I fit 4? No. Wait, this is a gray. I feel like these are grays also. That's a blue. That's a gray. And that's a gray, so I should be putting more grays in here. Browns. Put it there. And that's a dark gray. Gray. Of course, it's not going to all work out because, you know, that's too difficult to do. So, yeah. Put my black here. And then the weird whites in there. So it's still not going to work out. They're just going to just have extras. Yeah, yeah. I think this will be fine. That I'll have to just get another art dot container here and put in here, so that I'll just have a little bit more space in the colors here. I think I'll take out red from here, and this one will just be pink and white, perhaps. That should work out. Purples. I think I'll put, since I don't have that many purples, I'm going to put them into here. Perhaps put my purples and, whoops. Put my purples and reds together. There. And then I'll have a couple empties in the first box, because that's where I'm gonna have pinks, because I don't know. Okay, purples and reds. There. And then pinks and white. I'll leave some empty spots here. It's always good to have some empty spots. All right. I think once I started not anticipating being able to fit everything, should work out. Okay, I'm going to put my yellows here. And then oranges. And then I'm going to have to figure out the greens and the blues. All right. Once it's organized, it'll be better. Okay. So, greens. That'll be blues. Greens. More greens. Green. Anything that's blue-green is going to just go in blue. So I think the greens will just be in the back of the yellows. So green. Don't tell me after all of this. I don't know. See, there's just too many weird shades. Okay, so this one actually looks very similar to this 704 that I have here. So I might... Apparently I have two versions of 704. So I think I'm just going to add this to here. It's a little bit different, but it's close enough. Okay, 7. I'll take away one bottle. Okay. Okay, so now put the greens back here. The question is, all the blue gonna fit into there? Okay. Now, blues and blue greens. Okay, this is where everything gets... Okay, these are the dark blues. I think I have a couple more of these dark blues. There. And those kind of blues. These ones are all the blue greens, which I'll put together. I kind of feel like these look... This looks blue-green. Right. Okay, blues. There. And then blue-green. this will work for me. Kind of feel like maybe I should put these in grays. They look more gray to me. So I'm going to move those over. So, blue greens. Dark blues. And some empties. And these ones. Into the grays. All right, so I think that is how I'm going to set them up. Mainly because I did run out of the space on these ones here, so yeah, here I did leave some space because it was just going to be too crowded if I didn't add this last one here. So looks like I'm gonna have my whites and pinks, yellows, greens, and oranges, and then here's the blues, and then the blue greens, and then the browns and the grays, and then the reds and purples. Yeah. This one is kind of empty, but I wasn't really sure. I could probably fit the purples in somewhere. So let's see, this is 12, 13, 1, 2. See, there's just nowhere good to put the purples in. Because the reds I could easily put in here. It was just the purples. Unless I was just going to not care too much about separating out the colors. This is how it's gonna be right now. All right, that was a long video. So that's all I have for today. So thank you very much for watching and happy diamond painting. Bye.